Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Senior and Living Today. If you are new to the channel, I'm glad you stopped by, and if you're a regular here, welcome back. I have something to talk to you about again today, no different than usual. I'm sure that you're all aware of what I consider to be the massive layoffs going on across the country in all sectors of work, in trucking, warehousing, medical, tech, you name it, there's a crisis going on. So now, the latest, in case you aren't aware, companies are trying to figure out ways to save money, and they don't want to lay off employees, understandably, but you need to be aware of what they're doing in its place. So there's a list of employers who are now taking away the 401k match. Now, I'm sure you're aware that when people go when they're looking for employment, they look at the list of benefits. And one of those benefits that a lot of employers have is that 401k match. Well, they're doing away with that. So you have to consider what you're losing without that match in place. Now, they're saying that they're doing this because they would, of course, rather keep the workers and not have to reduce staff to make that match. So this is the way they're saving money. But if you took a job based on that being one of the benefits, then that's a real ouch. But know that I know that iHeartRadio has done that, and there's other companies have done that. So just be aware if you're either out there job hunting or you are currently employed and your employer says they're reducing that benefit, they're getting rid of that benefit, you won't be surprised. So just know that you heard it here, and that is one of the things that is going on in the economy today. The other financial thing that I want to talk to you today about is life insurance. We've talked about it before and talked about when to get the policy and where to put the policy for safekeeping and who to notify that you have a policy, but we haven't talked about where you can get that policy. And I was doing some shopping around this week, and the difference in the amount of fees for life insurance, if you want life insurance separate from what your employer offers you, it's astronomical. So obviously I'm way over 50, and the more over 50 you are, the more expensive it is. And the smallest amount I was quoted was $61 a month, and that was for term life insurance. So at the end of that term, which would be 78 years old, uh, then you have to apply again because that's the end of the term. So $61 for term, and for whole life, which whole life in several of the companies I talked to, whole life was up to age 121. And I have no intention of living that long. Sorry, kids. But the that it does not go up. The price stays the same. You don't have to reapply for it. Of course, if you live past 121, there's just no benefit for you. But if you meet your demise before 121, the policy fee remains the same over the length of time that you have it. But I was quoted for that $351 a month. $61, $351 a month. Who has that kind of money? I mean, I'm sure someone does. But if you have $351 a month, do you really need that coverage? I was astounded. What I did find is that you can go through an insurance broker, and so they have a list of the insurances, and they come up with the ones that have the best fees for you. And that's scary that 351 was the best price for me, but whatever. Um, Also, though, know that they don't deal with government. So if you have if you're eligible for USAA or government life insurance, um, when I compared the numbers for me, because I'm not an insurance agent and I'm not a financial planner, and all the disclaimers that you can say, I'm just me. For me, it was about $45 a month less expensive, the quote that USAA gave to me over other companies. So keep that in mind. If you have that benefit, uh, check into it. It can, it never hurts to compare prices and shop around. It's important and it's expensive. So you want to spend your money well. That is for life insurance. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about is banking again. I want to talk to you again about the banking fees. So, we know that they always have fees, and there's fees for cashier's checks and bounce checks and wire transfers. And some banks, if you do too many transactions, there's fees for everything. We're used to an ATM fee if we go to an ATM that's not sponsored by our branch. So if you go somewhere like the gas station or let's say a casino, and they have ATMs that are not your branches or a sister branch ATM, you're used to that. What's the normal fee you're used to seeing for that? Put the comment down below about how much you expect to pay if you go to a non-membership branch. For me, I've seen, I remember back in the day when it was $1 and I was outraged. And then it went to $2 and then it went to 250, and the highest I've seen when I almost had a heart attack was $3. Well, people, that is not the case anymore in some places. And I feel like it's a scam. And I'm always telling you guys about scams. So this is what's got me going. The banks are like preaching, 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 preaching. You don't need cash, use the computer, use the ATM. Everything can be done electronically. Stick your card in, everything. They don't want you carrying cash. So when you get in a situation where you need cash, they know that you are at their mercy. So all of a sudden you need cash and you are at a non-member ATM. So they have kind of got you by the jugular. Let's use that word. They've got you by the jugular. I know someone who went to use the ATM at a gas station or service station. Some people don't call them gas stations. And the fee was $9 in this United States of America. $9 to use a non-branch ATM. So if you've seen anything higher than that, please put it in the comments below what state you're in and where you saw that. That is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So I'm going to go back to what I have told my kids forever. Always have some cash on you. Always have some cash on you. They're counting on you to be walking around with no cash and to be desperate. And you have to pay a $9 fee. Imagine if you were just taking $20 out of the ATM. You're taking out 20 and you have to pay almost 10 as a penalty. for using their luxurious machine. Please, people, carry cash. It's bad enough that we are being strangled at the grocery store. We don't need this kind of strife in other places. So please be aware, carry some cash on you, try to cut corners wherever you can, and be prepared. Be prepared with some cash, be prepared with your life insurance, be prepared understanding what could be happening with your 401 benefits and your pensions. Pensions are disappearing. They're almost all but gone. The pensions that are out there are bankrupt. So please be aware and let other people you know be aware so they aren't blindsided when this kind of stuff happens. So I hope you got something out of this today. Thank you for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe to the video and the channel, and be careful out there. I look forward to seeing you next time on Senior and Living Today. Goodbye.